Hey everyone, this is Carol Keller, Independent Stamp It Up demonstrator, coming to you from Illinois in the United States with my monthly paper pumpkin alternatives. By now you've probably seen this month's kit, which is called Beary Comforting, and here are the 3 cards that you can make with the kit, up close and personal in person. They are super easy to put together. It took me just a few minutes to do all 3 of them to show you. So this kit is definitely quick and easy. So this is just the instructions, but it also comes with a little insert that shows you some coordinating product, the Artistry Blooms Suite Collection, and we will actually be using part of that. We'll be using the stamp set and some of the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper for our scrapbook project later on. I'll also be using another stamp set to make a card alternative, and we will do that first. And then it also shows you our wonderful Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So if you haven't seen that before, it gives you a little information about that. I absolutely love it. It's the best machine I've ever used. But let's get to our alternatives. Like I said, I will be doing a card and a scrapbook page. This is the card that I designed, and I think I've been on a Valentine's Day kick. I actually designed a Valentine's scrapbook page that I am doing for our global SU vlog hop, which is coming up on December 30th. So please stop by my YouTube channel on that day and you can see creations using some of the new products from the upcoming January to June 2021 mini catalog and the Celebration mini catalog, my favorite time of year, Celebration. So you can see, like I said, some products that will be showcased by other demonstrators from around the globe, and we would love for you to join us. You can start at my channel, and then in the description you will be able to hop to the next one and go along till you see all of them. So we have I think almost a dozen presenters, so you'll get lots of ideas with that as well. So I hope you can join us for that. So I did use a card base that comes with the kit, and the stamp set that comes with the kit has several sentiments and some flowers and leaves, and then this cute little bear, and he's just like the bear that is on one of the cards. So I used him because they're almost identical. I used him as my model for what colors that I wanted to use with him. So I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 2 1/4 inches by 3 inches, and I will put the measurements in centimeters in the description so that you can see them. And this is just the size to stamp our little bear. So we're using Memento Black because I'm going to use the Stampin' Blends to color this little guy in, as I said, in a similar way to the sample that's provided in the die cut in the kit. So first we're just going to stamp him. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Blends to color him in. For his body and his ears, I used dark soft suede. And I'm not going to color everything for you, but I'll just show you some of the colors that I used, and then I will bring it back when I've completely colored. But I used light petal pink for his face. I used Flirty Flamingo for his cheeks and his ears, and that matches the heart that we're going to use from the kit. And then a little bit of light smoky slate for his ears. And so that's it. I will color off camera and then bring back the finished product. All right, and just to finish up, I wanted to remind you, which I've already done, but just to remind you, don't forget his little tongue. And then for his cheeks, I just used that Flirty Flamingo, the light Flirty Flamingo, and made little ovals for his little cheeks so that he looks again similar to the one on the die cut. Cute, right? All right, so he's all ready. And now I'm going to layer him on a piece of Flirty Flamingo that's 3 inches by 3 5/8 inches. But before I do that, I'm going to use my tri-corner punch to create a little design. I love the leaves in here that reminded me of the leaves here. just to make it a little more decorative. All right, and now that we've got that, we're just simply going to layer using Stampin' Seal. Layer the two together. And you see how the Stampin' Blends bleed on the back, so that's just a reminder to always have paper underneath your work surface so that it doesn't get on your table, although it didn't even bleed through on here, but you never know. All right, and then we're going to adhere him to the card. And I'm moving him just a little bit to the right-hand side rather than centering him, because we want to put the label there. So I used 2 labels from the kit. So we'll stamp those next. And for this I used the Heartfelt stamp set. I used From My Heart to Yours, and I used Roses Are Red, Violets Are Blue, and then on the inside, So Lucky to Have a Friend Like You. I love this. I thought that was a great companion to the set. When I saw the heart, it really reminded me of it, so that's why I decided to use this one. So I'm going to take my Rich Razzleberry ink, move that out of the way a little bit, and stamp the From My Heart to Yours. On one label, and then I'm going to take the Roses Are Red, Violets Are Blue, and stamp that also in Rich Razzleberry on the smaller tag that comes with the kit, the smaller rectangular tag. And then I'm going to take some Flirty Flamingo ink and we're going to stamp the hearts to match the heart that's going to go in the center. This one will overlap just a little bit. Oh, perfect. And then we're going to save that because we're going to use it inside as well. But first, let's complete the outside. We need these. We're going to need the heart that comes with the kit as well. And I popped it up so that it would look like he was handing the heart out. So we'll bring that card back in and pop that up there. And then I also popped up the From My Heart to Yours label. Over here, and then used my Stampin' Seal for the other tag. Could also even add ribbon if you wanted to, or some sequins, but I just thought that made a nice alternative. And then, as I said, for the inside, we're going to stamp. We're going to grab that Rich Razzleberry ink again. And we're going to stamp So Lucky to Have a Friend Like You. And we're going to bring in the Flirty Flamingo once more and stamp a few more of the hearts. And these I did at an angle on each side, and then one on the bottom. And I would also probably put 3 hearts on the corner of the envelope just to finish it off. Got to make sure you don't forget the envelope, and maybe 3 on the back flap of the envelope. All right, and there we have our card alternative. Like I said, I love that they have that bear in there so that we can make more of our own. So you can use it on other cardstock once you've used up the ones that come in the kit. And there are extra labels. That's why I felt very comfortable using 2 on this one. I knew there were extras. And like I said, you can use other card bases, other colors, bring in other stamp sets, and you still have that cute little bear. And the sentiments that come with the kit to use for other cards. So I hope you enjoy that one. And then coming up next is a scrapbook page. Next, we are going to do a scrapbook page. Here is the finished product. So I used all 3 of the die cuts that come in the kit, plus I used other supplies. I know that the kit recommends that the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper coordinates, so I used a sheet of that because it does coordinate beautifully with the colors that come in the kit. And let me show you how I put it together. Again, I started with the sheet of the Artistry Blooms. And then I cut a 1-inch strip to use for my title at the top. And I die cut the letters Happy and Birthday. Happy is in Flirty Flamingo and Birthday is in Calypso Coral. And then we're going to do some stamping on that as well. And I should say, before I die cut my letters, I put a strip of adhesive sheet on the back of the cardstock before I ran it through the die cutting machine, so that I can just peel and stick, so it's a lot less messy than using multi-purpose liquid glue. And so I think I'm going to kind of set them up where I think the middle is, because I'm also, like I said, going to stamp. And for this I use the hand-drawn blooms, which is also from the same suite, the hand-drawn blooms stamp set, because I liked the happy birthday and the way it was angled. So that's what we're going to use for this project. And you can see that it comes with wishing you a happy birthday, but I did not want the whole sentiment. I just want the happy birthday. So I have my Stampin' Write marker in Calypso Coral, and I'm just going to color the happy birthday. You just sort of hold your marker at a 90-degree angle and slide it over the words. And then place it where you would like it. And then, whoops. Well, that's why cardstock has two sides, isn't it? So we're going to flip that over and try it again. And always when you stamp again, you want to recolor. And it doesn't matter, you don't have to be, you can be a little messy, you don't have to be too precise, because you want to make sure that you have good coverage. And let's try that again. Set up my happy and birthday at about the middle. I'd say that's pretty good. And we'll make sure that that is straight up and down, much better. And then do the same thing on the other side. It's usually a way to fix mistakes. I could have cut another strip too, but I don't think there's any need to do that in this case. And we can just turn it over. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side. And I'm actually going to do it again on the bottom strip, but we'll do that in a moment. And so then I'm just going to peel off. And this didn't go quite till the end, the edge, so I can just peel it off with my finger, or you can use your take your pick tool. I'm going to lay it down where I think it's going to go, but I'm not going to press it in just yet until I'm certain that I have it centered the way I would like it. And the same thing for the word birthday. It didn't quite go all the way to the edge, so it makes it easy to peel. So much less messy than using glue. And then let's see. Not bad. I think we'll move this one over just a little bit closer. And I wanted it so that the letters were almost all on the entire part of the strip. And then all I need is my little dot from the eye, which I saved right here in the die. That for me is the easiest way to do it, so that you don't lose track of it, because it's easy to do so. So I'm just going to pop it out. And then actually just take that little adhesive sheet right off. All right, I got the adhesive strip off, and now I'm just left with my little dot with the adhesive on the back, which thankfully stuck right to my take your pick tool. So I position it where I would like it and press it down along with all the other letters. And there is our title strip. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. Along the back, and then I'm going to leave a border of about a 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter at the top. And I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And for the bottom, I have a strip in Calypso Coral that is 2.5 inches wide. And we're going to place it down about here. Okay, so for the next part, for the bottom strip, I took the die cuts, all 3 of the die cut animals, and 3 of the other die cuts, and I kind of changed it up from what was used on the cards to make it a little bit different. And all I'm going to do is center these about where I would like them, and then do my stamping before I adhere everything. So again, we're going to bring that same block in, color it one more time with the Stampin' Write marker in Calypso Coral. And that looks pretty centered. Whoops. I'd say that looks pretty good. So we will stamp it right about here. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to adhere the little critters with my Stampin' Seal. I thought about maybe bumping up this guy, but then I decided to just do everything with my seal. Some flowers. And then for the bears, they have their little openings to put the gift. So what I'm going to do is put a glue dot right there, right in the middle. There we go. And we're going to put the present, the gift, centered in between. Isn't that so cute? They're going to go here, but I'm going to do this guy first. Same thing, he has only one arm that opens, so we're going to put that like this. So we'll put a glue dot on the back of this one. So he looks like he's holding the cupcake. And then he's going to go here. And again, like I said, if you want to, you can pop him up with a dimensional instead. And then these guys are going to be centered in the middle. Straighten out that gift. There's still a little play before you actually adhere it. And then this strip is going to be adhered to the bottom, again leaving a little bit of a border on the lower part. And again, just leaving, like I said, a slight border at the bottom. Isn't that cute? I love those little characters. I just think that makes an adorable little page for a child's birthday. And then I cut some mats. The Flirty Flamingo mat is 3.5 by 4, as is the Mango Melody. And then for the Calypso Coral, it is 3.5 by 4.5, just to make a little bit of a variation there, a little bit of variety. And then I'm going to glue those down. And there it is, the finished page. Isn't it cute? Perfect for a child's birthday. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed all the projects that I showed you, and I hope you enjoy your paper pumpkin kit this month. See you again soon. Bye-bye.